Yep.
Hello.
Hello, hello. We are live. So, this is an impromptu live stream shot on our cell phone. Hopefully it will come out okay. Adjusting the camera a little bit. And this is going to be doing some updates about the Great Christmas Giveaway.
Yes, that's right.
So as you can tell, we're both very festive.
We are, yes.
Yep. And if you guys will excuse me this evening, I have a cold. So I'm been sick for the last, 4 or 5 days now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been sick for the last week or so. So we're just getting her hopefully on the other end of it. So,
Hi, Penny.
Yeah. Hey, Penny. Good to have you here. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. Yep. Hi, Raw Metal Forge. Cody Wagner's. Good to have you here. Oh, since you're here, I did get your pair of tongs finished up that I was going to make you and send you. And I've just been sick for the last 5 days, so I haven't had a chance to ship them out. So forgive me on that. They are finished, and I will be sending them to you. So, love the sweaters. Yep.
Yeah. We went specifically shopping for sweaters for this year, so.
Yep. Oh, snap. Yep. The back's pretty funny, but I can't show that.
No.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I can.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, there you go. Bite me. And then his leg's missing. Which
Yeah, get
down
it.
lower.
If anybody ever watched Shrek, you'll understand the reference. But
Yeah.
it was, I thought it was funny. Oh. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. So, yeah, so hello, everybody who's coming in. We'll get around to saying hello a lot more to everybody as we go along. Yes, not the gooey gumdrop
I
buttons.
to say, yeah.
Yeah, there's buttons right there.
They are.
That's a little creepy, so I'm going to stop doing that. Anyway, so so good to have you all here in the live stream tonight. We just wanted to give you all a little update about that we are 7 days and counting away from our little giveaway of this great little spatula set here, this copper utensil set that I'll be shipping out to one lucky winner. Jessica, tell them how they get entered to win on that if they haven't known about it already.
Yeah, so some of you may have heard about this because they announced it both in the newsletter and on the channel on November 12th. But we are, in order to get entered to win the spatula set, you have to be a U.S. resident, 18 or older, and all you have to do is get a download from our website, and it could be a free or paid one, doesn't matter. Either you get an equal chance either way of winning. And so you go to blacksmithpdfs.com, and we've got power hammer plans over there. We've got forge burner plans. We've got ebooks on selling stuff. Some of our free ones include like a one fire, one brick gas forge, and also I believe
A whole bunch
the
of different
coal
stuff.
shovel
Yeah.
template. And
There's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of them. But they will be all over there. Yep.
Yep, that's correct.
Yeah.
And so if you, the link is also down in the description of this video. So if you haven't been to our website before, make sure you stop by. It'll give you a chance to win the spatula set.
Yeah. So, we've been putting a lot of different stuff out there. We'll have a whole bunch here in 2019. We plan on releasing quite a few more ebooks around, basically around the subject of blacksmithing and business and things like that. And a few other ones on top of that. Those are still in the works, so they're still hush-hush right now. But some of them will be around blacksmithing. Yeah, just we'll just leave it at that. Some of them will be just right around blacksmithing, just kind of how-to books in a way. So, but anyways, that's enough of said about that until 2019, right?
You guys know Roy's terrible at keeping secrets. He can't even wait till Christmas Day to like give me my Christmas present.
Yeah.
So.
Wacky Tobacco, hello, and thank you for the $1 super chat. Greatly appreciate
You
that.
changed your name. It's yeah, I remember that icon. He was going by, I think, Gunner. You'll have to
I'm not
remind
sure.
me.
Yeah.
Unless I'm wrong, I could be.
It might be a
wrong.
completely different person.
Yeah.
So, so hello. Thank you all for being here. So so it's not too late to get entered to that to the giveaway, the Great Christmas Giveaway that we're calling it.
It ends officially December 12th at noon Eastern time.
Yep, at noon. That way we have enough time to tally up all the people who entered.
Cut out all the names.
Yep. There is no, like I said, you don't have to purchase anything. There's a bunch of free templates over there. All you have to do is download something in order to get entered to win. And that is only open to U.S. residents. But there's always a catch, huh?
Yeah.
Always a catch. For those that will be in our live stream, we will be doing an additional giveaway just to people who are in the live stream. On the giveaway, we have a bunch of stuff that we want to give away, and there's going to be all sorts of other prizes, huh?
Yes.
So when we call it the Great Christmas Giveaway, there's a bunch to give away.
There is,
Isn't
yes.
there? Oh, I'll take and show.
Jim, yeah, let's see, Jim Talbot. Yeah, so if
Yeah.
you're attending the live stream, also, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be in the U.S. for those giveaway items
Yep.
as well.
The only ones, in order for us to keep it legal, the way that we have it set up, is to be U.S. residents only for these here. But that doesn't mean I can't just give away other things to people who are all across the globe if I feel like. Because guess what? You didn't have to do anything. It's not a sweepstakes. There's not a competition.
Right.
You didn't have to put your name in a hat. All you have to do is show up to the live stream. And you might win something like that.
Which, by the way, there's a video on that.
Yep. Or something like that. Or, I'm not going to drag out all Santa's goodies here. Something like that for Christmas. Or maybe even something on the larger side.
Santa must have a heavy bag.
He does have a heavy bag.
Everything's metal.
Santa's carrying tonnage this year. Oh, but anyways, yeah, so we got some pretty great things. That's all out there. Again, we hope you'll join us for that live stream. Like I said, it will be a live stream, and we will do that at 7 p.m., won't we?
Yes. 7
Yes.
p.m. December 12th.
Yep, December 12th at 7 p.m. we will be doing that type of giveaway, and there will be all sorts of other prizes further and beyond just our main giveaway items. So make sure you stop in, and of course those other ones are for people who are in the live stream. So it kind of pays to come to the live stream, even if you are across the pond. Yes, we will ship it to you.
Yes, we will. And
Yep.
hi, Daniel.
Yeah.
Good day.
Hi, Daniel.
Yeah, we've got all kinds of comments. Good, we're up to 59. Yeah, it
Yeah,
has been a little
awesome.
while since we've had a live stream, so.
Yes, it's been a really long time since we had a live stream, huh? So, and it's been insanely busy.
Yes.
We've had all sorts of ups and downs and craziness. So it's been lucky enough for us to get out video every day. So let alone do any sort of live streaming.
Yeah.
But,
Definitely colds. We've had about 5 rounds of colds this year,
Yep.
which is insane for us. Normally, the last 2 or 3 years, I don't think we've hardly had maybe but one cold.
yep.
But
Yeah, we had that. I re-injured my back there a while ago. I had to sit it out for about 3 weeks, and then that put me like 3 months behind on work, and crazy deadlines trying to catch up with customer orders, and I'm still not there. So I was hoping to finish, this year strong with having all my books cleared off. Yeah, that's probably not going to happen. I'm going to be carrying stuff over into 2019, but that's how it is. So. I can't read. I can't read. You'll have to read them out.
Sure,
I'm
I can
kind
read
of
some
thing
of
out.
these.
But one of the other things I wanted to talk about was we also had a wonderful subscriber of ours take and send. Mine's slipping me here this
Dana.
evening. Was it Dana? Dana, he had made us a bunch of these great vinyl stickers with our shop logo, stuff like that. This one's kind of like see-through, so you can see colors through it. This one's just solid black. I've got several of these in my shop. And then he made us some square ones too as well. And these are like really super heavy duty. So do not stick them to anything that you wouldn't plan on them staying there forever. So, which isn't a bad thing in my shop. I think it's totally cool. But we'll be giving a host of these away as well. So we're looking forward to that. We won't be giving them all away because I like them. But, it's a great way. We were giving them, and it's a great way of kind of just supporting around all the fans of the channel and allowing you all to have something you can throw on a truck or who knows, wherever you want to put them.
Yeah.
I don't judge.
On your anvil, right on the front.
Put them on your anvil, yeah.
There, but so you should put one there on Olga.
Yeah. Oh, awesome.
That'd be perfect.
Also, we had a little family Christmas shoot, didn't we?
We did.
In the shop for some Christmas cards, so a few of those will be going out as well. So we're looking forward to it. But anyways, yeah, so thank you all. We have, this is awesome. We have 66 people and 20 likes so far. Thank you all so much. Thank you for being here. So
Yeah, let's try to catch up. I'm
yeah.
we're
Jim Talbot, yes, t-shirts are still for sale. They're on Teespring. You have to do is go over there.
Yep. Let's see. David says it'll go on his truck.
Cool. I love people who slap them on their trucks and
Yeah.
vehicles. Like I said, the next buyer might have to like these things, or you might have to give them a story of why, because they're not going nowhere whenever you slap them on there. Oh.
Let's see. For the Forge says forging some fish heads right now.
Woohoo!
Mike Lane likes your sweater. Let's see. What the Forge blacksmithing? Roy, are you still poorly? You sound a bit congested.
Yeah, I'm still sick as of right now. Today was a real rough one. I'm up on a couple of swigs of this fine stuff. Hashtag not a sponsor. Kids don't do drugs except when you're sick. And they're medically prescribed.
Take the recommended.
Yeah, take the recommended dosage and always consult your parents and a pediatrician and a doctor and all that fine swag. Jessica, get the legal department. I'm dying here. I'm dying here.
Pretty well.
Yeah. And you all have to excuse us for constantly touching the screen and stuff like that and getting a little shake. It's part of doing this on the phone. So.
Ty Parker says thank you for your demonstrations.
You're very welcome.
And James Robertson seconds that. Hey guys, just wanted to say hi and thanks for getting me into blacksmithing. Love the craft and love the bids, so thanks for being
awesome.
Ace.
Awesome. Glad to have you, James. Thank you for being part of the channel. Really appreciate it.
Alan Hopkins, nice to see you guys. You two are always an inspiration.
Nice to see you too, Alan. Thomas Urso, hello, hello.
Yes, the next live stream, like we mentioned, will be December 12th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, which is a week from today. See, Tommy says, hello, Roy and Jess. I love you guys and your channel. Thank you for everything.
You're very welcome, Tommy.
John Cookie 777 says, hey, December 12th is my birthday.
Woohoo!
Awesome.
Well, hey, who knows? Maybe you get lucky.
All right, I think we're pretty well caught up.
Yeah, we're all caught up. Let's go on down. See, now you've missed everybody's comments that went down. So, yeah. So Merry Christmas to every last one of you. Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate, wherever you celebrate it. We just hope that you guys celebrate it with lots of Thanksgiving and feasting and enjoyment and family time and those sort of things. And we just, I wanted to extend my thanks tonight, especially, to everybody who supports us by watching the videos, by sharing the videos. That really does help. And I want to thank everybody who contributes by buying Power Hammer plans and things like that. That goes a long ways to taking and helping us do what we do here and constantly post videos and things like that. Sometimes, and especially coming up past the holiday season, this is a time that happens for most all businesses. You'll notice a big drop off. So if you're doing this as a full-time income, you'll notice your business drop off right around the first of the year. And depending on what you're selling and what your market's like, it may not pick back up for you until May. So for us, that's our baby. That's what we do almost every year, like clockwork. After Christmas, about 4 days out from Christmas, we drop off and we don't really pick back up with work, but maybe a few orders here and there until about May the following year. So that type of support from you guys, it's greatly appreciated. It really is. And we've received a lot of love and a lot of great support from you all over this past month for doing this giveaway. A lot of people have been buying plans. A lot of people have been just downloading free ones, which if you go over there and download a free plan, it helps drive traffic to the website, and therefore Google rates us higher. They rate us higher in the search engines, which allows us to maybe potentially be seen by even more customers. So that's really amazing. And we're very appreciative and very thankful for all of y'all out there and for being with us for a whole year.
Yes.
So
This is
a whole nother year. That's insane.
I know you're going to know the exact number, but above 33,000. Is that correct where we're at on subscribers?
You caught me on that one. We're at 32,800 and some.
Okay,
I forget, 880-ish subscribers right now. So that's pretty awesome. I'm really thankful for that. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, thank you all so much for subscribing. And thank you all so much for the super fans out there. You all know who you are. A lot of you are in the stream tonight, which is really cool. You know, a lot of you guys are super fans.
Yeah.
You are. You're what we like to call, you keep the channel going with your shares and your likes and telling people about us and you know, doing all the buying of plans and you know, showing up to live streams and super chats and it just got all the love, all the comments that you guys put out there for us. We really appreciate that. So
James Robertson, 2,887 and counting.
Yep, that's right. So I also have some a fairly big plan for a giveaway come 50,000 subscribers. I kind of missed one at 25,000 subscribers, I think it was.
I mean, yeah.
I forget.
We did a little video around it, but...
Well, we did a video around it, but I didn't really give anything away. I didn't do anything like that. But I do have a plan coming up, not revealing what it is just yet, so you'll have to be patient. When we get to 50,000 subs, I plan on doing another kind of giveaway type deal to bless the fans out there, and just say thank you. Say thank you. I like doing stuff like that. So, Cruiser Power Ranger, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. May the Lord bless you and keep you as well. Thank you so much for that. God bless you and Merry Christmas to you.
Glenn, Merry Christmas to you too. Yeah. I hope everybody's having a great December so far. It's been, it's only a few days in. We're 5 days in. But.
Yeah, you know, there's Brian Parker, I'm glad you enjoyed the perspective one. That's a good one. I'm glad that resonated with you at the Forge. So that's awesome. But yeah, we've kind of had some ups and downs, in this past couple months. So it's been like, woo, it's been a time of it. But you know, a lot of that perspective video that I put out, if you guys haven't seen that one, you can check that out. It was what, day ago?
2, maybe.
Day ago, maybe 2. I'm not sure right now. But part of that just kind of came out of, you know, 1, I love snow, but 2, you know, just I was doing a lot of griping and complaining at the old Lord there, saying, you know, it's like, man, you know, it's like, what's going to be next? You know, I'm like snotting all over myself right now. I've got all these orders on the go that have been paid for like months, and I'm talking months. You know, I'm way, way, way behind where I should be. And by the way, since they were paid months ago, that money's already been spent months ago. So these are just orders I have to do to just catch up to ground zero. And so I was just kind of wrestling a little bit, and you know, I don't know. I got like, I forget, there was somebody who was going to buy something. They ended up reneging on us anyhow, but you know, that kind of came in, that kind of brightened me up a little bit. And then just to go outside and just see that it was just flat out snowing, and God knows I love snow. And, you know, just walking around, I'm like, you know what, I've got a pretty blessed lifestyle. Walked in my shop, you know, I've got a lot of tools that people don't have. You know, I know a lot of you guys out there and gals are working with, you know, sometimes subpar equipment or whatever you can get your hands on. And I'm very fortunate to have everything that I have in my shop, you know. He was even griping a little bit about my propane bill. My propane bill for my shop, just to refill. Now this is like every 4 months I refill. About once a quarter I refill. That's nearly $300 in bottle gases and things like that. I'm like, gee whiz, you know, and this and that. And so sometimes when you gripe and things, you just have to remember that some people have it worse than you. A lot worse. And, you know, and that maybe they're not. Maybe they would love to be able to complain about having, you know what I mean, those type of bills and being able to afford them. And so that was just kind of one of those things I wanted to just put that out there. It's kind of a bit of a kind of a chastising of myself, kind of putting myself under some submission there and saying, hey, you know what? Yeah, That's just something I need to do. So I hope that blessed a lot of people out there and touched them. I know some of those videos, talking head videos, they don't get any views after a while because, well, they're kind of they're like one of those in the moment things. But I don't really care. You know, if it helped somebody out there, then it was a video that had value to me. And sometimes it's just kind of a nice way of letting a bunch of things off your mind.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's not a good thing.
Self-reflection.
Yeah. There's a lot of videos that will never come to light. I use them as therapeutic videos for myself, and I was like, I'm never making this thing public.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I just want to feel like that. Steve Gerchin says, love the Christmas plans. Very well done.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you. Yeah, we worked really hard on that together. That was our first combined ebook together. And it really turned out nicely. I liked the photographs, which I got a lot of from those of you who bought and purchased the Blacksmith's cheat sheet. That was one of your recommendations, is that you wanted to see the photographs. And so when I delved into the Christmas guide, then I put the 3 photographs of some of the close-ups and some of the, overview shots and things like that for it.
Yeah. So hopefully that's a good way of doing them. We have several others coming in mind that'll be around kind of the same thing. But again, there'll be more photographs. They'll have all that in-depth information. And, hopefully that everybody will find that valuable, and that'll really help you all out there. No. Just do some footage of filling orders for the business video. Drayson's Forge. Yeah, I've tried to do that in the past. And in fact, Yamez over at Island Metal Forge, he had sent me a 360 cam, and I filmed a whole day in the shop. I mean, filling orders, doing it 360. Had a 360 thing. And then it kind of came down to I need to figure out some software for the editing on the computer, because the way the camera works, it's meant to work through a certain system. Anyways, I didn't end up having the time here lately to take and string that together, so we'll see if that ever sees the light of day. I thought it was a really neat concept, though, to be able to do like a 360 thing. That way people can watch me work in the shop, and they can literally get kind of like a 360-degree view while I'm working in the shop. One of the hard things about my normal workflow in the shop, it's not like something where, all the different things I'm doing are all over the shop. I mean, they're all over the shop. I'm always moving. I'm barely ever standing in one spot, so it wouldn't be very cohesive that way. So I thought with the 360 cam, that would be really sweet, because then I could just set it up, and say hey to the camera every now and then. And I even did it where I was filming a video, like a YouTube video, at the same time. So you kind of got a perspective of what it looked like to not only be filling orders, but then shooting YouTube videos at the same time, doing tutorials and stuff. But I'll have to see about maybe getting that software when I get some time and put that video together. Hopefully that'll go very well. So. Benny, you have an awesome evening. Thank you so much for watching us at 1:30 in the morning your time. We appreciate you. Thank you, GWI Railroad.
Drayson's Forge. It was way cool watching 360 on my phone.
Yeah, 360 is pretty awesome. I think it's a really cool piece of technology. I did find that there are some other options other than the one I've got. The one the camera Yamaha sent over, that thing is bulletproof. I mean, that thing's like, I like that. I call it the eye, because it's like always watching, it looks like an eyeball for real. But the neatest part, the thing that I think's neat about it is in 360 video, even if you don't have a VR headset, if you just move the camera, move your phone around like this, you could take a tour of the shop practically in 360-degree format. I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that is
cool. The only way I think could be cooler is if you could actually move through the virtual shop with it. I'm sure there's probably something that they'll come out with now that I said that. where you could actually walk up to where I'm walking and look. That would be kind of neat.
That would be
You know,
interesting.
do
You'd
something
probably
like that.
You probably need a whole series or a grid of cameras almost to pull that
Yeah,
off.
probably would.
Let's see here.
Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, I had one I was going to read to you.
You're up
Thomas
here.
Urso, do you have plans for dual forced air burners?
I do not have plans for a dual forced air burners. I probably should do those because a lot of people have asked for them. Basically, for the dual, you want to add. You would most likely for doing dual, you want to add at least 2 pipes. You want to add inlets with orifices in 2 separate places in the pipe, and then have the airflow going across them. Otherwise, what you might have is you'll get really good flow out one with proper combustion, and you'll get one that'll get slighted from combustion. Now that depends a lot on your burner flare, what type of forge you're using, a lot of stuff like that. But usually, as you add burners, you have to add gas inlets to it as a rule. And then after that, it's just connecting the dots, connecting the pipe. The blower that goes into them, though, that little squirrel cage that I've got, and I've got some Amazon links for that as well. It goes to help support the channel. I do have those in one of those videos of me putting those together. That blower has enough force that you could do 3 burners, I know of, and probably a 4th out of it. So you can make a monster of a forge that put off way more heat than you'd ever care to use.
Yeah.
So again, that really depends on what you're going for there. But yeah, I should probably do a video on that and how to tee one in or do something like that. So
yeah, that probably would be helpful. A lot of people seem to like the 2-burner design. Jonathan Pittman, I just wanted to say thank you for everything you do. The perspective video is my favorite. I love y'all.
Yeah, very well. Let's see here. Coffee's Forge. Are you liking the Coke over the coal? So, I have a video that I had planned on making. I haven't made it yet, but I will. So I'll answer the question here in the live stream. Give you a heads up on it. So there's things I really like about Coke, and there's things that I dislike about it. So, the things I like about the Coke is you don't realize how dirty green coal is until you switch over to Coke. And I've been burning Coke for, about a month now? Yeah, about a month now. It seems to burn at about the same rate. I'm not really getting any extra length of time out of it as opposed to doing green coal. But then again, I'm switching a little bit. The green coal I was doing with hand crank, and so whenever I walked away, it was no longer burning coal. I mean, theoretically, I wasn't adding any more air to the fire trying to consume more coal. But the Coke itself requires almost a constant airflow. You could shut it off for about 20 minutes or so, and then you can revive it, and you kind of got to wait a minute or two before you can stick pieces back in it. But that's some of the differences. You don't notice how dirty it really is until you switch back. When you go and you switch back and forth like that. So that's one thing I can say that I definitely appreciate about the Coke is it puts off a really nice, clean, hot fire. One of the things I dislike about the Coke, and this is just my experience with the type of Coke I have, I don't know if this is all kinds of Coke out there, but it puts off one wicked clinker. Oh, really nasty slag puddle at the bottom of the fire pot for a bottom blast. So I'm thinking this thing's going to be almost, if I do a lot more Coke, it's going to have to be out of a side blast forge. Just almost being upgraded instantaneously to a side blast forge. Just because of the amount of clinker that shows up with those. So somebody had mentioned, I believe it's David work with iron, I think it is. He had mentioned washing the Coke somehow first, or wetting it down. No, not work with nature. His name is work with iron. Sorry, I'm butchering the name right now in the channel name. But I'll mention it in the video and put his link to his channel there. But he had mentioned some tips about working with Coke, and I have yet to kind of implement those yet. So
yeah, see if that makes a difference.
Yeah, it's Nate. Work with iron. Yep, That's correct. Yeah, he had mentioned some things I could do to take and help with the Coke itself. Yeah, other than that, it's pretty good. The one thing and I'll probably say another thing I dislike about the Coke is coming from green coal, I know how to work with bimunimous coal pretty good, and so therefore I know all the different shapes of fires I can get out of the green coal. Working with Coke, I'm not so sure. I'm playing with it still. I'm still learning using it to my advantage. So with green coal, you can build up a cave, and that's really nice, but then it burns hollow, and then you have to refill that cave. Coke, you don't have that problem. It stays filled, mostly. Very rarely will you burn it hollow, or I at least don't have that problem. And so that's kind of a nice feature, but that's just me rambling on about working with Coke. Anyways, I got a video where I'll be rambling on more about that. I'll let you do your thing, honey.
Okay. Drayson's Forge says, I think a lot of the Coke comes from power plant fly ash. They burn and recycle the gases for pure BTU.
That might be so. Now, somebody had also mentioned that it'll be basically like burning anthracite. And from what I have found, it's not. Anthracite's a completely different bird. It's still green coal. Anthracite is still green or unprocessed coal. So, as where anthracite won't actually really coke up, per se, it just kind of stays hot in its form and then it burns out. Coke has a lot of insulative surface area. So, it does have a big difference to it.
Granddad's Forge asked about the cost difference.
Cost difference. I was able to buy it with a buddy in bulk. I bought it by the ton. I paid...
I think it was $700.
Yeah, $700. I think I paid $700 for the ton. I pay about $250-ish, $270-ish for a ton of green bimutimous coal when I buy it from SOFA when I get it. So green coal, way cheaper. The type that I have.
Third the cost.
Yeah, about a third of the cost, I guess, by Jessica's math.
Yeah.
Huh. Basically, it's about a third the cost. Green coal's about a third the cost of the Coke. So, Alan Hopkins, yes, I've used charcoal before. I've used greenwood in forges. I've used charcoal in forges, which greenwood just basically chars up and turns into charcoal. You're forging in the lighter parts of the greenwood fire, the embers. I've forged in basically everything now, except for fuel oil, or oil, like an oil burner thing. So, hey there, County Line Forge. Good to have you in the stream tonight, sir.
Just got the notification. YouTube's lagging. We started about 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, we started about 30 minutes ago. You'll have to watch this one a little bit on the replay, too. We're going to be going for a little while longer, though, so,
Yeah. Joshua Stant says, new follower, love you too. Thanks for all you do for the community. Whoops. Yep. God bless you and Merry Christmas.
God bless you, Joshua Stant. Thank you for being a part of the community. Glad to have you here. Tell us the Christmas story. That's the story. It was, what is it? 14 days before Christmas? 12 days? I don't know how many days.
Right now?
Yeah. 13 days?
I think we're about 20 days till Christmas.
We're 20 days?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank God. Yeah,
we're got time to prepare.
Yeah. We're 20 days from Christmas, and all through the house, not a person was sleeping because Roy was coughing his face off. There you go. There's a Christmas story. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, we're looking all Christmassy. Yeah, we got these sweaters for kind of our Christmas, well, not over our upcoming live stream next week, but also for the Christmas items that Roy forged in the videos here recently. Yep. The whole series, the 10 hand-forged Christmas gifts, which he wore that sweater in most of them. But you couldn't see it, sadly, because you didn't get any full body shots. You just seen the sleeves, working and stuff, so...
Oh, well, you can only get what you get, so... Blue Dog... John Gilmore, Blue Dog Forge, Merry Christmas to you. 20 days, yeah, that's right.
The full story, yeah.
The full story. Yeah, Daniel Crawford. Yeah, waste oil. I haven't yet to experiment with that. I've only done a little bit of experimenting, but I couldn't get the burner to run efficiently. All I was getting was big yellowy, smoky flames out the front. That's not a properly running waste oil forge. They'll get really super hot and shouldn't have a 10-foot long dragon's breath out the front of them. And so with mine, my experience, I think I had too much oil going through. I decided it was enough time farting with it. I just basically gave up. I kind of quit. But I have Gordon Family Forge, I believe it is.
Yeah.
I believe I said that right. Yeah. Gordon Family Forge. He's making me a waste oil burner. And I hope to take and give it a little review and see how it works. And I think it's gonna be make a really neat vid. Really neat vid. Yeah, Brody Clarkson says you guys should make a blacksmithing Christmas sweater.
We should.
Yeah, we should, shouldn't we?
Find some knitters. Definitely have to have an anvil on it.
Yeah.
Like flaming forge. Let's see here. Dark Bit says, what are the disadvantages in charcoal in relation to coke or coal?
What are the disadvantages to what?
Charcoal. Charcoal in comparison to coke or coal.
Okay, the disadvantages, I would say about the only disadvantage of charcoal is the fact that charcoal burns quickly. It burns very quickly. So unless you do something to maintain it to where you subdue a lot of the flames and you keep a small fire in it, it burns very, very quickly. So that's one of the downsides of having charcoal. Now, one of the great things about charcoals is a lot of times you could even get away with it in town, some places, because, hey, it's like you're lighting a barbecue grill, right? Who doesn't like the smell of some barbecue grill? And if you're into some steaks, you can throw a little bit of sizzling meat on there, right? On the forge over a grate after you're done with the day. Did that a lot with my internship at Tom Latney's. Loved it. It was a great thing. Bad things, charcoal is labor intensive, and to a big degree, you're kind of contributing to deforestation as well when you're using a lot of charcoal. So, unless you can verify that it's been locally sourced somehow out of grown trees and it's been charcoalized, there's several companies that make, several brands that make charcoal that are supposedly that have tree farms and make charcoal and get that sort of thing. And then there's some that aren't, and they get them from the jungles. You know what I'm saying? That it's not hardwoods, it's softwoods and who knows what woods. And they turn it into charcoal and burn up a bunch of trees. So that's one of the other downsides of using charcoal. Coke and coal, the biggest problems with those is the accessibility. If you are not around a mine, let's say you're somewhere way out west and you're nowhere around any coal country or mining country when it comes to that sort of thing, you're going to be paying a premium for it. Mm-hmm. And that really holds you back when it comes to that. That's where I would suggest something more like gas forges, where it'd be a lot more obtainable in your area. In gas forges, believe it or not, you can do natural gas forges, and you can also do propane forges, whichever's most local in your area, and you can still enjoy the craft of blacksmithing. Mm-hmm. Oh, and until the cost comes down, induction heating is really not even an option for most people who start out anyhow. And from what I've seen, induction heating is only good for small items or large continuous production runs of certain items. So say you have a loop that fits 1.5-inch bar stock in it to make hammerheads out of. Guess what? That's all that loop does. Because if you put in something like this, now the coil's really inefficient. It's not going to heat up this little 1/4-inch rod for you. So you have to change. There's water involved, cooling systems. It's a big hullabaloo just to forge a wizard's head or something like that, or a dragon's face on the end of a bar and do some twisting and stuff. Another problem with them is scroll work. I haven't seen yet anybody do any meaningful scroll work out of an induction forge. So that's just stuff. So in that case, you're going to see a lot of gas forges and things prevail in areas that you can't get coal. That's what I think about that. Oh.
Yes. All right.
If I rant and rave too much, just let me know. My mind's
Yeah.
not completely there this evening.
By the way, Joy Harvey asked about borrowing your sweater. My mom.
You're more than welcome, Mama Harvey. More than welcome.
Let's see here. Huxley asked, what is a good welder brand for a newbie to welding?
Yeah. What is it again?
A good welder brand for a newbie to welding.
I would go with Hobart. They're not a sponsor or anything. Hashtag not sponsored. But that's what I have. They seem to be pretty good for the price. And basically, they're just the generic version of a Miller. They're just the generic version of a Miller. And from the sources that I've talked to, they basically roll down the same production line as a Miller. They just get slapped on with a Hobart and a different paint job. Mm-hmm. So all the components are very closely resembled alike. So I like the Hobart brand welders. They seem to do pretty darn good until you're ready to take and go into more production welding or something like that. Most people, you're just not going to get into that much welding. At least I haven't found anything that my stick welder, my old buzz box I got, and a MIG welder can't take care of for me in production side of things. And the MIG welder I have is a Hobart. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's see here. FFC Rick says, hope Thanksgiving was great for you and yours. Finally made it back to the live stream.
Awesome, FFC Rick. Glad to have you here. Yes, Thanksgiving was great and awesome.
Let's see. We are 41 minutes in. Just to summarize, for those of you who are just joining us this live stream, we want to make sure that everybody was aware that next Wednesday, December 12th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, we will be having another live stream. And it's going to be our official Great Christmas giveaway live stream, where we're giving away a utensil set for everybody who entered to win one of these by going to blacksmithpdfs.com and downloading either a free or paid plan, doesn't matter.
She didn't show the spatula too. It's not just a ladle. It's a whole set.
Yes. So when we did our original video around this, we were just announcing that we're giving away this set, but we've decided to give away some other items as well. So we will draw an additional, some additional items for the people who get the plans, but also for those who are
just a part of the stream.
Yeah, whoever's in the stream, we're also just going to do some giveaway items. So make sure you join us, and you'll get a chance to win either something forged or some of our.
And that's December 12th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So and so we'll be giving away some stickers that a lovely subscriber has sent to us. By the way, I'm not really good at unboxing videos, so I'm horrible. I say I'm going to unbox something, but then I start using the stuff in my shop, and then I don't remember to unbox it, and then I forget who sent it to me and stuff. So I've got some big shout-outs and some thank yous for people. I've got some laying over there, but I'm not going to do it tonight. It'll be in another time. I might do it during that video, just to thank people. But yeah, there'll be stuff given away in the stream just for people who are in the stream and who have participated in the giveaway or not. Whether you're across the pond, whether you're in Canada, Mexico, wherever you're at in the world, you'll be eligible just by being in the stream. We're just going to kind of draw names at random and then just draw out presents at random as well. But we'll have some of these stuff. You guys have noticed these coming up in these last videos. We have a whole bunch of stuff like this. We're giving away this coal shovel. We're giving away some things like some drawer pulls. Be giving away all sorts of good stuff.
Yeah, if you've watched our videos for any length of time, you'll recognize a lot of this.
Keychain with a really old, this is a Christ Center Ironworks original stamp. Touch mark. One of a kind touch mark.
Yeah.
A little keychain thing. We have some different stuff like that. Different things that I've forged in videos in the past. And we'll be giving away all sorts of good stuff.
Yes.
Some Christmas cards with the whole family and everything on it. Picture we did a little family photo shoot. So we're going to have all sorts of cool stuff to give away at that live stream. That again is Wednesday, December 12th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yep, that's right.
That's USA time.
Wow.
Whatever that means. Eastern half of the USA. There you go. Set your watches by that.
Chad says, love the sweaters. His came from Kohl's. They had a whole bunch of them that are pretty cool.
Akios.
Can you do a video on making a touch mark?
I did do a video on several touch marks. 2 different touch mark videos. All you have to do is go to our channel. Actually, click on our channel to go to our channels page on YouTube and type in the search bar touch mark, and you'll pull up the playlist where I've done touch marks before. Yep.
Alex says, Alan, just set an alarm so I don't forget next week's live stream. Great idea.
That's a good idea. See what Shamrock Fish said?
I had the shop cut me out a 40 plate to scab onto the top of my Harbor Freight anvil since my local solder for anvil deal fell through. Let's see. I've got an inkling I can make it work.
Yeah, you probably could. What else we got here?
Let's see here. Drayson's Forge, 12 Days of Kristen and Ironworks Christmas.
Yep. Basically. When we start coming into December, I wanted to do like a 12-day, kind of like just a giveaway thing, like one thing a day for like 12 days. But then I just figured, I was like, well, you know what? I have more things I want to give away than what I can do in 12 days. And then I got sick and got down, and so I was like, well, I'm just going to give it all away in one big kit and caboodle that way. That way I can just get it done and over with for the season. I love you guys, but not that much. I'm not going to drag it out for like a month solid of giveaway stuff. So I'll just condense it all into one really great live stream.
Yeah,
so
one big online party, Christmas party for blacksmiths.
Yeah.
Huxley says, have you ever worked silver before?
Yes, I have. It's an interesting material to work, and you better have a really super clean shop and super clean tools. And I'm talking polished tools to work it. Otherwise, you're going to end up with all sorts of little black inclusions that show up in grayscale and things like that. There's a whole other way of working with silver.
Spencer Coots, you're back.
Yeah, we're back. Are you going up too far from me?
Paul Ellis, hi all. Missed the notification. You guys look very Christmassy. Glad to see you. It's December, although Roy's been listening to Christmas music since July.
Charming Hollow Forge, Merry Christmas to you and yours as well.
CGW Railroad, I don't know if we missed you or not, but hope you had a good evening, and thanks for stopping in.
I'm glad you enjoyed the perspective video. God bless you, brother. Thank you for being here. Huxley Harter, you're very welcome. I'm glad the live stream's been informative so far. I'm the type of guy, if you ask me a question, I'll probably give you more information on it than what you cared to know. So, basically.
Will Romulus says, do you do any casting?
I've only done a little bit of casting, mainly of fine silver in the past. Brass. I haven't done any bronze. I've done brass. I've done fine silver, zinc, and aluminum. I've done those type of casting before. Nothing on very large scale. It was all basically for a job, for a customer's job. Most of it has been lost wax casting. Yep, using the lost wax method. Good. All right. All right, Thomas, or let's see here. Let's see here. Jad Morlock said, what do you think of Brian Brazil's striking anvil set up down there in Brazil? So, I like the thought process behind Brian Brazil's striking anvil setup. I think it will help out a lot of people kind of getting by. I do like that as an additional tool. I don't think it's a great replacement for a regular anvil. And the only reason why I say that is because what you're looking for in a good anvil is mass under the hammer. People say hardness, people bounce balls on them and do all tap and ring and do all this other magic fairy dust type stuff. What matters in an anvil is mass. Mass under your hammer. Because it's that mass that's under your hammer that is going to send the rebound back through and do the work and not lose potential energy that could have been applied to the piece that you're working on by the anvil jumping and scooting and jittering all around on you. That being said, a lot of anvils out there that are technically soft anvils can be improved just by adding mass to them. So if you were to weld a bunch of mass to the bottom of, say, a Harbor Freight anvil, you're going to see an instant pickup in performance by adding mass under where you're hammering. So for instance, if you put a Harbor Freight anvil, or say put Olga, if you will, she's a bad example, but say a Harbor Freight anvil or a 100-pound anvil, and you put it on a hollow pipe, or you just weld pipe legs to each end of it and leave nothing underneath a little 100-pound anvil, it's going to be less effective than if, say, you had a solid block of concrete directly under that 100-pound anvil, supporting that 100-pound anvil striking surface. You've added more mass underneath it, and so therefore you are going to get a lot more rebound. You're going to have a lot more of your energy going into the piece and not into the supporting object from underneath. That's one downside to striking anvils, is there's not a lot underneath. There's big airspace underneath, but they have their purpose for a very purposefully designed tool. It's not a great anvil. It's a great tool. It's a great tool. I have a striking anvil in my shop. Mine is basically like a striking swedge block. I made it. I cut like 4 different holes in it, and I've used it all the time.
Yeah.
With all sorts of different projects that I didn't want to strike and upset things into the hardy hole of the anvil, because my anvil's set up a bit high, right? So I like that it's lower and things like that. So stuff like what Brian Brazil added to it, he added an anvil section that goes on top and slots into just the standard striking surface plate. I think that's a great way. Again, he's adding more mass. Mm-hmm. He's adding more mass, and he's bringing it up at about a nice comfortable hammering height again. So that's those are advantages. Again, if you're just getting in, one of the advantages that it does have, if you're just getting into smithing, or if you're just wanting to add to your tool collection, is the fact that it's a great way. It's an entry-level thing that you can get into. You can get a couple burnout shapes and silhouettes, grind you some horns on it, you know what I mean, and you're instantly in the forging business. So that's a great value to the smithing community, especially people who are just getting into it. That's a great entry-level thing. That's my thoughts. Hopefully that worked. People are going crazy.
They have a lot to say about anvils. This is a popular topic among blacksmiths.
Yeah. Now, one thing I will point out here. I'm going to read all the comments that just went by. One thing I will point out with saying that, some people get a tendency to get really in love with, say, a particular person, whether it be Brian Brazil. Like, I'm not a Brian Brazil fanboy. That's not me. I'm a respecter of his work, but I'm a fanboy of guys like Tom Latney, Peter Ross, Clay Spencer. I'm kind of on that level. That's where I'm at. A lot of other people, they think Brian Brazil, he walks on water. They think Alex Steele walks on water. They think a whole bunch of other people walk on water, and that's perfectly okay. But again, there's certain reasons why certain things have been created in blacksmithing, and they are kind of been a tradition over the last 400 or 500 years. They've built themselves that way, and that's what you can't get away with. Why is it that we have 1,000+ pound anvils out there floating around that were used in really big shipyards? If you could get just by with a striking anvil, or if you could just get by with using a swedge block, or if you could just get by with a 100-pound farrier's anvil, or if you could just get by with a stump in the ground, Why do they have these anvils? And the answer to that is very simple. No matter what you're into, I won't turn you down on that. No matter what you're into, an anvil, a hammer, a hot cut, a power hammer, a press, a bending wrench, a twisting wrench, whatever, a jig, a form, a forge, it's all tooling. It's just a tool. It's designed, its original creation had a purpose in mind that the guy who designed it made it for. It all has a purpose, and it can all have a place. So if you like Brian Brazil style anvils and stuff, go for it, man. If you like the way he does tongs, go for it. If you like the way Tom Latney does something, or Peter Ross, or somebody else out there, or Daniel Moss, or Black John over at Black Bear Forge, or Tim at Big Dog Forge, if you like a particular way they do it, Glenn at GS Tongs, I think it is. If you like a certain way that he does, I really like his anvil and kind of how he's sitting down and it's working with, you know, his difficulties and stuff. Awesome. If you like that and you think that that's a handy bit of kit that will help your work along, then go for that. If it doesn't really kind of seem to fit you, or it doesn't really feel right, don't go for that. You know, same thing with like my power hammers. I mentioned a lot about my plans. You know, of course, I would love for everybody on the web to buy my plans. That'd make me a very wealthy individual if everybody bought plans, to build my power hammers. But my power hammers aren't right for everybody. You know, if you can't weld, it may not be in your best interest to buy a heavily intensive welding project like maybe a power hammer, like one of my plans might be. So therefore you might have to be looking around the net and, you know, look around for something else that maybe you can use, or a good substitute. They're not going to forge you big sledgehammer heads. You know what I mean? Like if you want to make 20-pound sledgehammers, my home-built hammers isn't going to be the hammers for you. They're just a tool. They're a great tool if you're trying to save yourself a wrist and you're doing smallish like items, 1 inch or less. They're great tools for that. Again, you kind of, if you want to make them bigger and heavier and meaner and badder, you kind of have to redesign them yourself and go that route. But again, it's a tool that, you're designing for your purpose. That doesn't make it necessarily the best tool out there or the only tool. We get wrapped up with that, and a lot of that comes from, I have XYZ dollars to spend, and I don't want to buy something that won't work for me for the next 6 months, right? Like, so, you know, a lot of people are like, well, does a Harbor Freight anvil suck? I worked on one for 4 years, so stop your yapping. Harbor Freight's just fine if you're starting to get into it. I loved it. My wife got me one for Christmas. I spent, like, my Christmas in front of my wood stove inside our house beating on coat hangers. I had the blacksmithing bug so bad, right?
Yeah.
And then later on, somebody said, what'd you buy that for? That thing sucks. I'm like, I got it for Christmas. How'd I know that this anvil sucks? You know? I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about. I love this anvil. Later on, I got a for real anvil that had, like, you know, a lot of mass underneath it, a 300-pounder. Basically, I went from Harbor Freight size to 300 pounds. It was pretty amazing. But it had a big sway in its back. It had other difficulties and challenges, but it worked for me. See, so Harbor Freight is better than nothing in some cases. Sometimes you can get away with just using a hammerhead stuck in the dirt, or I did one on concrete, a little survival anvil. Is that going to last you 1,000,000 years? No, it's not. It's not going to last 3 centuries on you. But it might be all you can do right now to get into the craft of blacksmithing. So just keep that in mind whenever you're talking about, I know this is kind of a little bit of a tirade, just keep that in mind whenever you're talking about anvils in particular. Anvils, power hammers, presses, gas forge, coal forge, what's better, what's worse, they're tools. They have purposes, some great features, some not great features, and they're all designed differently for a purpose. They're tools.
They are.
Mic drop.
Let's see what some of you guys are saying.
By the way, that wasn't to be like mean or anything. That's just my thought process as a whole. And you'll constantly get that from me on this channel. The other day I was kind of accused of being biased one way or the other. Of course I'm biased. I'm biased by my own opinions. And I'm not afraid to share those opinions with the world. If I think something sucks compared to something else, I'm going to say it. Somebody else may say, well, no, that's wrong. I think that sucks compared to this. Just go with whatever works for you. That's why it is good to hear it from several other people. Go around the net, kind of make up your own decision. You're supposed to have your own brain and your own mind, not just fly through life like a drone.
Pretty much.
Yeah, make up your own mind about it.
Jennifer Grove says, Harbor Freight is good. I like looking there for crafting materials.
Yeah, it is. Somebody here, what?
Yeah, it's good. Virgin Ironworks 2019 project request, Roy. We would love to see you make a door knocker.
That'd be a great project. Would you like to see one like... Oh. Would you like to see one like this, maybe? Or something a little more beginner, entry level? I can't see with the chat there, but hopefully this is in shot. Something like this type of door knocker, or something more entry level. I would love to make another door knocker like this. Not exactly like this, because this is basically a knockoff of Tom Latney, which is a knockoff of a 15th century door knocker. But I'd like to come up with kind of my own little styling there. Mm-hmm. We could do something like that.
Virgin Ironworks, absolutely like that.
Oh, good. I'll put it on the project pool. How's that sound?
Ellen Hopkins says, all people are biased by their own opinions. If they say otherwise, they're lying. Thank you for keeping it real, Roy.
You're welcome, Alan Hopkins. I actually had a video that I was going to take and put out there like that, was talking about bias and how it's kind of, I'm going to tell you my opinion, and I'm going to be honest with you. Now, you may not like my opinion, or you may not even like me, and that's fine. But I'd rather somebody be completely honest with me, and what you see is what you get, right? With me, you're not going to see somebody different. If you were to come to my house and visit me, I'm basically the same person. If I have a bad day, I'm going to be a grouch. If I have a good day, I'm going to be one of the best friends that you ever had. I'm a human being. I'm not a robot. I'm not an emotionless person. I have my good days. I have my bad days. I have days where I'm wore out and I'm tired, I'm sore, I'm sick. Like today, I'm sick. I got cold. I've been sick for the last 5 days. I have days where I'm just walking on cloud nine, man. Like I could do no wrong. Then I have other days I've screwed everything up in the book. I keep it real like that for people because I don't want to ever have a second where somebody oh man, look at that hypocrite right there. Or oh, look at that guy. I thought he was some goody or whatever. No, that's not me. So, I'd rather me, who I am, and whether you like that or not, you make your own decisions. I don't really care. So, for example, we went to Quad State this year, and I had so many fans of the channel there at Quad State at SOFA at the fairgrounds, the Miami County Fairgrounds. You guys made me feel so loved, and it was awesome. It was awesome to take and feel loved by as many people, and you guys made us feel like rock stars, didn't you? The whole weekend, awesome. We felt like rock stars. I was like, it's what? It's just me, guys. Entourage. It's just me. We had an entourage basically following us all weekend. There was other people who had that too that were there. Drayson's Forge, hope you have a good night, brother. Thank you for being here. God bless you. Thank you for being part of the channel. Anyway, so I'll go back to that. But at the same point, there were some people sitting around at some booths that whenever I walk by them, they're like, oh, there's that guy. The guy from YouTube, the guy I don't like. I just seen him and I just smiled. I was just like, hey, how you doing? Looks like you got some nice, interesting little things on your table there. I had a few people just straight up just wouldn't talk to me. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was a blast. Because whether they like me or not, I'm going to be there for the next 35 years of their life. So they can like me, love me, hate me.
No, they'll keep seeing your face, though.
They're going to keep seeing my face. They can.
Great time to work it out.
Oh, snap. I'll still be here. Yeah.
Huxley, do you have any advice for eBay shopping for blacksmith tools? Yeah, a couple advice. Royce bought a lot. Number one is just be patient and keep looking. If you can get anything like last minute, that it works out well sometimes to wait to put your bid last minute.
Yep.
Also, search for misspellings of words, and that can be a big one.
That's a big key. Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe alternates to like power hammers, like, try searching for the specific named hammers or treadle hammers, things like that. Sometimes people mislabel them, especially if they're selling something that doesn't actually belong to them. It belonged to somebody in their family. And that could be a great way of getting a good deal on something on eBay.
Another good thing about blacksmithing tools is you have to understand what is a good what is a good deal to you, right? Like, what's a good deal to you? Is it a good deal? Is $1,000 a good deal on something to you, or is $12 a good deal on something to you? And you kind of have to get your mindset about that first before you go looking. Otherwise, you might get shocked by all the prices out there. And in which case, you just got to be patient until you find something within your bracket. Sometimes, though, that whatever's in your bracket is unreasonable for the cost of the item. The item's always going to be a lot more than that. And you might be waiting 6-7 years before somebody gives you something for even remotely close to that. So you got to make sure that you have realistic expectations. Whoever has an item, they're in a position of having, and you're in a position of having not. And you're in the position of want, so to speak, right? And so at any point in capitalism or any point in sales whatsoever, that's where value comes in, that value proposition, and how much they're willing to take and give you that right thing for, right? Give you that item that you value so much for, and that's their value proposition. And so when you're coming around to that, again, you just have to have realistic expectations and goals. So whenever you go on eBay, you might find something that looks like a real sweet deal that you put your bid out on there, but it's not such a sweet deal, right? There's a reason why no one's buying it, or there's no one's purchasing it. Maybe they emailed them and found that there was a big hole blown out the backside of it somewhere, and you didn't email them and no one bid on it because, well, who would be stupid enough to do that? And you go, click, oh, that's right, my price range, and then you get it and you find out that, this great deal wasn't so great. So beware of that.
There's one other factor I was going to say, that you can get tools less than the market value for them is to do local pickup. And because a lot of people, like if they have an anvil or something large, they don't want to ship it. Sometimes it's a power hammer or whatever. They're completely unwilling to ship it just because of how heavy it is. So,
and sometimes prices go down for that.
Yeah, it can be.
Yep. And I'm sorry, everybody, if we're missing your comments and my little rants and tirades. So just want to say thank you all for being here. Thank you all for all the love and support and hanging out with us in this stream. You're welcome, Martin Cardwell. Cardwell.
Somebody was asking to come out and visit in February. I'm sorry, I forgot. Oh. I should have read that earlier.
Yeah, we didn't. Where's it at?
Yeah, you'll have to comment again.
Yeah, someone was asking about us. So come out and visit in February. I already have a couple appointments of people visiting me in February. A good way to get a hold of me, just get a hold of me through my Gmail. It'll take me a couple weeks to get back to you. It might be after Christmas before I get back to you on that. I have a couple people showing up in February to just visit with me. Rigid Ironworks, that was you? Okay. If it was you, just get with me through my Gmail and just touch base with me. And maybe we can set something up. I don't know if it'll be in February, but it might be March or something like that. Yep. Like I said, I've got a few other prior commitments in February already, but we'll see.
So our email is christcenteredforge@gmail.com.
Yep, christcenteredforge@gmail.com. Yep.
My Sweetness says, are Harbor Freight anvils hollow? If they are, what are they filling? If they are, what about filling them with lead?
My Sweetness, most of them are. I love the strain name. That's funny. Makes people say it, huh? Mm-hmm. They are solid cast iron, not steel, cast iron. So The cast iron, cast iron's not as great. It's kind of like a cast ductile iron. It's a little different than like a frying pan. So a ductile iron's pretty soft, but it can take a beating. So if you were to hit something that was solid cast iron, like a high tensile cast iron, like something in a frying pan, it's not going to take a beating. It'll shatter on you like a piece of glass. So they cast the anvils from Harbor Freight out of a form. It's a mixture of cast ductile iron. Now, that makes them pretty darn soft, but if you are working, you know, if you're working the heck out of it and you're just beginning and you're new, one of the benefits of that means is you may not be so prone to chipping things and sending metal shards of flying and stuff like that. At least that's been my experience with my anvil that I had, my Harbor Freight anvil. And as far as use, it still gets, you know, moderate use with my brother. I gave it to my brother after I was done with it, so he could do it as kind of a bit of a hobby. And so it's still in use today. So they do hold up just like any other anvil if you're going to work with their difficulties. Paul Ellis, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being such a great supporter of the channel. God bless you. You have a great evening and hope to see you on December 12th.
Yes. Yeah, by the way, anybody who tries to follow us, we do have an Instagram where we do quite a bit of our announcements, and also Facebook.
And behind the scenes stuff from time to time.
Yeah, so you can look us up at Christ Center Ironworks on either Facebook or Instagram, and we'll make sure we're posting probably the day prior, make another announcement just for anybody who follows us that way to remind them. So.
Yep. And I saw somebody else when somebody was asking if I would do a door knocker at some point, and I said I would. Somebody else had mentioned about possibly doing a lock, right? And I've been wanting to do one of those for the longest for the channel. Mm-hmm. And so I actually have several locks that I'll be creating that'll be on the, let's just say, a lot more decorative side of things. So they will have a lot of engraving and a lot of chasing and different stuff on them. So those will be kind of a long-term project deal. But I do have a couple simple locks in mind, and basically kind of teaching the principles of lock work. Not going into too much of, you can always ornament it, and I plan on maybe delving into that a little bit more. It's like how you can do some simple file work or some simple chase or graving work to spruce it up than it just being a plain simple lock. So, you know, I'll probably do that with like one lock, make a lock, and then add some flourishments to it, and make that over a couple part series. So it'd be different videos, maybe not be a whole lock making series, but it'll be making a lock in one tutorial video, and then making ornamentating that lock in another video. Might do something like that come up soon. So that'll be a while. I'm hoping to do that in the first year. Like I said, we slow down around here first year. And that allows me to, you know, do things, better YouTube videos, different things like that.
Yeah,
so.
Hammer Time New York had commented that. More YouTube. Yeah, that and some other kind of long-term goals that we've been wanting to do and just haven't had the time yet for it. We try to work on those things after the first.
Yep. Rajira, she said something about, sorry. Yeah, you had to do it, so. You still have a full-size post-leg vise on the schedule. Yep, that's still coming too. The big thing with me is I have to balance everything through family life and then YouTube life and then actual real work life. And that's been a bit of a trouble here lately, kind of balance all that with me being sick and whatnot. And I've had a couple months of struggle that's put me behind quite a bit, so... not as far along as I would have liked to have been this year already, but
right.
I had some pretty big plans for this year alone, and I just didn't get around to it. I've got some pretty big things planned, but they require me building tooling first, and then once I get done building all the tooling and making the videos about building that tooling, then I can undertake these really extremely large projects that I know everyone's going to love and see, but again, that takes several months back prep. of work. I've got a couple new power hammer plan designs coming out very soon. Well, I say very soon. In my mind, they're very soon, as in they might be 6-8 months from now. That's soon enough because I'm already been working and gathering materials and designing things now for when I build it. And that'll go on a wild hair moment. I'll have a wild hair moment. I'll say, hey, I'm not doing anything else this week but making this thing. And then I'll shut all the shop off and just go to town making this one thing, and then it'll be done. And it'll be ready for release and the whole bit. But that's how some of the bigger work goes for me. I have several decorative hacksaw frames, jeweler saws to do. I've got all sorts of decorative hammers I want to make, different things like that for the channel that I think will be pretty cool. Pretty cool items. Yeah.
Lots of big plans, so.
Yeah, a lot of big plans for the channel. A whole conversation going around about the Harbor Freight anvils.
Yep. Urgent Ironworks says, I know it will be worth the wait.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, see, so that's another thing on YouTube. You know, we put out a lot of videos. In fact, we are about 2 videos away right now from having 1,050 videos on YouTube. And most people don't know this, especially if you guys are just joining with us. We are actually the largest, according to videos output, channel on blacksmithing on YouTube. We have more videos about the subject of blacksmithing, around the subject of business and blacksmithing, and things like that than any other channel on the platform, which is awesome. It's taken a lot of work to get there. But then again, there's also the other aspect of when you start talking about bigger builds, right? And we're starting to talk about doing things that where where something like this roping here is like a 4-hour process just for me to do that. Not to mention the nearly 6 hours that it took me for this acanthus leaf. I don't know if you guys can see that all right. Just for that acanthus leaf, it took me nearly 6 hours to make that. This whole thing was a week-long process. Now, I am much more skilled than when I did this, so it won't take a week to get this done. I can probably forge this in maybe 2 or 3 days' time, but for that 20-minute video, that's 3 days of my life to put into a 20-minute video. So you guys can say, "Oh, that's awesome." Or have some jerkweed in the comment section saying, "You talked too long, and that was garbage, and why didn't you show this?" Or whatever, right? Like, or "I saw someone else do that. Stop copying people." You know, have something like that go on. So, you know, like I said, for a 25-minute or 30-minute tutorial, I might have 3 days into something like that to condense it down in a way where you get the grasp of all the good, gooey details, but you're not being overwhelmed with information, so to speak. So, the same things like this. I have a tutorial about doing this, but this will be a whole day process for me to finish one of these, start to finish. But in YouTube land, you're only going to see it within a 15-minute video, 15 to 20-minute video. You're going to watch a tutorial on how to make both a ladle and a spatula. So when we're talking about locks that take 100 hours per lock, that's real time. YouTube time, to condense that all down, it's you know. So again, that's one of those things where when I say I've got something big on the way that I want to do, I'm planning that now, or 6 months ago. I started laying out stock. I started making individual pieces. I might even start filming 4 months ago on it. And just now getting to release it to you now. So that kind of maybe gives you guys a little bit of behind the scenes thing on really what goes into it. It's just it's kind of hard to realize unless you do YouTube a lot, like we have, how much is on the back end. You know, and talking head videos, those are the easiest ones to shoot. So whenever I need a little bit of filler content, or if I feel like it's worthy content, like my perspective video, and I feel like it's something that could help somebody out, I'll post videos like that, and that gives me a little bit of a breather in order so I can make, you know, the type of content everybody comes to this channel for, right? Like they come for all the forging tutorials, but those take quite a bit of time to produce.
Just step out for 1 second, make sure the fire's still going.
Okay, should be right back. Backwoods race, yep. Oh snap, those sweaters are awesome. Yeah. Donald Roberts, I'm glad you still like the 3 videos. Yeah, it's a lot of work for 20 minutes. Alan Hopkins, thank you. You're very welcome, my sweetness. Or, oh, you're talking to what Forge? Never mind. Hello, Ben Toombs. Good to have you part of the stream, sir. Glad to have you here. Oh, yeah. So that, you know, that brings me to my next point. You know, when I was talking about specifically how long it takes to do the videos and things like that. That's where when I say, you know, when I say to you, yeah, all your guys' support is very much appreciated. All the shares, all the likes, all the comments. All the when you guys go over to our website and buy plans to help support the channel and in turn helping support me and Jess and things like that, it does go into helping all of that go forward. Like I said, that it takes a lot of time on the backside. I know a lot of YouTubers will say that. They're not lying. It does. And if you're good at it, you can get a video done in reasonable amounts of time to where you can go to daily content. And that's valuable for some folks. Some folks, they're not good at computers and they don't have a team running like Jessica and I do. And so therefore they can't, you know, put out as many videos of content, but they still take a lot of time. So, and Big Mickey, I saw you there. Thank you, buddy. I'm glad you like the sweater. Jessica's just went in the other room to check on the fire and the kids. Hello, hello. Yeah, Brody Clark said the live streams are the most epic Roy rants around. Yeah, no filter and no time, huh? No time limit. So, yeah, good to have everybody here. And it's awesome that we have 63 likes. We did just have 52 watchers. We went down to 51 there. Someone must have had to jet out of here. But yeah, thank you all for being here this evening. Hopefully you all have enjoyed this stream so far. So we got a lot of cool stuff on the way. Appreciate you all sticking with me. I do want to make a mention of it, you know, like since we're getting towards the end of the stream here, I did want to make a mention of it to say that because I've been down for like the last week or so with being sick and just been trying to muddle through it, there may be a little lag in videos, kind of come right around Christmas time, which is okay because you guys need to be spending that with your family anyhow, but there may be a bit of a lag in videos. Just because I was not able to shoot any for the last week, and I've got so many orders on my gullet, it's unreal. So I've had to kind of pull back the reins on that a little bit. But we do have some videos of Jess coming out. That'll be coming out. I'll have some more creation of videos coming out. I've got a bunch of those will be coming out. So for those of you that don't like those videos, that's okay. Just kind of hold on tight with us. They'll be going around for a little while. So, Spencer Cooch, you have a good evening. God bless you. Thank you for being part of the stream. Hope you have a wonderful evening. But yeah, so Jessica's gonna be doing some Christmas related videos, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
Yep. It might not be in time for Christmas, but you know they'll be around. They'll be nice, good videos where you get to see her forge some stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. And then it takes even longer, huh? Than 4 hours.
Yeah.
Or 8 or 12 or 15 or 100.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Newbie.
It's not
newbie.
Expected. Yeah, but that'll be all right. So, what else? There's one other thing I wanted to say. Forgot. I think I mentioned it earlier, but I just want to say it again. I really do appreciate everybody who sent me something in the past, this past year. Thank you all so much. I'm apologizing right now if I haven't got your name and you wanted your name mentioned or anything like that. Some people have said that they didn't want to be mentioned on air. Some people have said that they have wanted to be. But I've got some pretty cool items. I got one item that I'm going to be making a video on. I think he wanted to be mentioned on air. But it got somebody who sent me some metric equipment. So this way I can measure things in metric so I don't screw up so much metric all the time. I will probably still use metric off the top of my head because I want to learn it that way. That way I can go both. I can do the conversions either way. Working on, haven't felt comfortable with weights yet. Kilograms to whatever, or Fahrenheit to Celsius. I love America. Thank God for America and the fact that we use one of the best systems in the world called the imperial system. Oh, it's the American system now because that's what it's supposed to be. It's the one I grew up with, and I think it's the best one in the world because it doesn't round up. And we have fractions, but they're accurate. Fractions. And fractions of a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of an inch. And in metric, I haven't found that yet. I'm still learning. Don't lynch me in the comment section here. Or you can. Doesn't hurt my feelings at all. But, you know, we're working on it. We're working on it. So, but I don't like there to be things where, like, if I was trying to teach something, I take it as a personal challenge to me. If I'm trying to teach something, which this is what this channel's about, if I'm trying to teach something to somebody, I really hate being that guy that's like, oh, well, you know, you just figure out the rest yourself. If it's an critical measurement, I want to make sure that I've got it right for somebody who, you know, maybe watches my channel and they live in a different country. Maybe they're not so good at doing the conversions themselves. So I'd like to know it off the top of my head. It's good to learn. You know, it's good to have that kind of knowledge. And that way if somebody's like, how much is that anvil in weight? And they're talking, and there's somebody from Brazil or something, and maybe they don't know. You know, maybe they're in Brazil, or maybe they're over in, you know, maybe they're over in the UK or something, and they don't know, you know, pounds, or they wouldn't know it right off the top of their head. It's just nice to be able to rattle it off, be able to know, and go that quick, and say, oh, well, that's so many kilograms, you know, and get them close or ballpark, and it makes people from around the world feel more included in what I do and what I teach. And so that's why I've taken the effort to undertake metric. As far as my shop goes, me and my shop, we will serve the imperial system, the American system. I need to get a shirt that says that. You know, like, me and my house will serve the Lord. Like, as for me and my house, yeah, that little scripture verse there. I should do that, but for blacksmithing and measurements. As for me and my shop, we shall forge. Everybody's laughing. Yeah, imperial system started in the UK, I think, but I don't know. You know, if you listen to different history on it and stuff, some people take it. It's hard to place things like that to the actual bit, but I do believe it was a method of measurement. Measurement's kind of one of those weird things, you know, like the kilogram. A lot of pounds and stuff are actually measured by kilograms anyhow. So, but you know, we convert it here in this country. I find pounds easier. It's something I grew up with, weighing things in pounds and ounces. And grams and grains and things like that versus going the other way with kilograms and I don't know, all the other ones. Still learning, but it's good to be smart. It's good to be able to rattle it off either way because one day, maybe, you never know, I might be teaching somebody on the other side of the earth somewhere.
Yeah.
Yep, might be out teaching and doing a class or a workshop or something across the globe somewhere. And I need to be able to order my stock in metric. Right? I need to know how much something weighs in a kilogram. It's just valuable. It's valuable to be able to have that way and go both ways on that. So, yep. Pennsylvania was measured with chains and rods. I can believe it. That's exactly how it's done. surveying.
Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of stuff done like that. Or like my grandpa. remember, no worshipping false idols, Roy, no matter how tempting the imperial system is. There won't be no false idol worship there. It's just maths and stuff. No. Can you do the little thing there? Can you scroll?
Sure.
It's awkward for me to have to scroll from this end.
All right.
David L. Hyder Jr., good to have you back, sir.
Greenby Blacksmithing. I used to be an engineering student. Physics is done in metric, so somewhat I'm thinking in those terms.
Oh, cool.
John McCann, I'd buy that shirt, though I can do metric as well.
Yep.
Alan Hopkins, it's American now, though, instead of imperial.
Yep, it's American now. American. Yeah, you know, the funny thing about that is, you know, I do have a lot of pride as an American. I know that there's some other pretty great countries out there, you know, or people feel a lot of pride in their home countries, but as far as I go, you know, I'm an American, and I'm proud of it. You know, I'm proud I'm American. I know there's a lot of negativity out there in the world. I know there's a lot of stupidity that gets posted, and it seems to be like Americans seem to do a lot of the posting of that stupidity. Maybe it's because we have a lot of free time in our hands, but I think that's because of all the men and women who died and sacrificed themselves for us to have freedoms and to be able to enjoy those things. And that's what I think makes our country so great. And I think that's why, you know, I love the fact that I can tuck my kids in bed at night and I can basically, you know, go to sleep worry-free, just about, you know, here in America. And we've got healthcare. I mean, yeah, it has its problems, you know, but at least you can call 911 in this country and you can have an ambulance to within your house just about anywhere in this world within 20 minutes. I mean, that's max. An ambulance is at your house. They have care flight, you know, and they'll take you wherever. And actually just recently, yeah, that was one of the things we had, about a month ago or a couple weeks ago, a few weeks ago.
I think
About 3 weeks ago.
It's closer to a month ago.
You think it was about a month ago? Anyways, a month ago, I actually had an allergic reaction to some coffee I drank. I think it's coffee. It may be cashews that I'm allergic to, but I had a pretty severe allergic reaction, had my throat swell up on me, I had my heart race out of control. I had to call the squad out on me. I had hives break out all over my body with blisters and stuff. And it was a bad deal, you know, and I had to be rushed to the hospital and stuff. They gave me a big old shot, you know, sock it to you with steroids and Benadryl. But, you know, just I thank my lucky stars because there's some people that are like in India, right, that don't have access to medical. If they were to eat something, a bad nut or something like that, they don't have good hospitals just right down the street, you know, or maybe they don't have the facilities or the clean Band-Aids or the needles that are pulled out of fresh packages, right, that haven't been stuck into 50 other people. And so those sort of things, and nothing against people who live in India, but I'm just saying, like, their systems aren't there. And that's where I said, you know, I'm thankful for where I'm at, and that's part of my perspective video I did. I didn't mention a whole lot about that, but I'm just thankful where I'm at, that I've been born where I've been born, and I've had the life that I've had. I've had ups and downs. Everybody has a story, but my story has been pretty blessed, all things considered. If I look back, my life could have went really different, way different than the life I'm living right now. And so I'm just super thankful for being here today. I'm super thankful to be able to do live stream. Technology is awesome, ain't it? Like, we're talking to you from our living room at something, oh dark 100 tonight. And it's whatever it is at your point, right? And you guys are watching our stream. That's awesome. You know? Expecting an email concerning a visitation date. Hammer on, everyone. All right, Rigid Ironworks, we'll look for that. God bless you, brother. Somebody said I need an allergy test. Yeah, I should probably take and do that. Like I said, I've never been allergic to anything in my life, but except for poison ivy. And so, yeah, that was kind of scary to have that go on. I was like, holy cow, so. Aaron Dennis, love that sweatshirt, Roy. I'm glad you like the sweatshirt there. Oh. And John McCann, yeah, maybe an EpiPen. I don't know. My dad has an EpiPen, I think, but I don't know anything about him. I had to figure that out. Probably go get an allergy test first. I don't know I don't know if there's different brands of EpiPens and things like that. But yeah, so that was a whole scary thing, and that put me down for a week.
Skin was crawling, for a week at least.
For about a week, I had hives for a week, and so I wasn't doing much in the shop, because I'd go out, and as soon as I'd start rubbing or something, the fabric, it would just break me out in a big blister. So I had to just kind of lay around for a week, and so that even put me back. So, again, that's one of the things. I did a video a while ago where I said YouTube's not real, like one of those sort of things. Because even though you guys are getting daily videos, that were coming out, here I am swollen up like, here I'm being carted off to the ER. So, yeah, that's how it works. So.
Gingy.
Yep, it's Gingy from Shrek. Yeah. Somebody said you put it in your neck, the EpiPen.
Oh.
You hucksters out there, I'd have been like, okay, they said it in the forehead. Ugh, that hurt so bad. And one of y'all would have been laughing out there while I was literally dying. Yeah, it's supposed to get in your thigh. I hope you were able to catch up on that awesome set of Ideal books you have. Say it again? Am I reading that right?
Yeah, awesome set of idea books you have.
Was I able to catch up on that?
I don't know. I forget.
I don't know. I don't know what part you're referring to there, Dan. But
over the counter allergy meds. Yeah, we went out and bought a whole bunch of those. The smithing books.
The smithing books. Yeah, well, we did get that one book out. We did get that one book out, but that was like, in fact, one of those videos where I was wearing this sweater, I still had hives. So, when I did like 2 or 3 of those projects of our little Christmas book videos, so yeah, that wasn't too long ago. Like I said, it's been only a few weeks, but. And then we've been sick and things like that. So, yeah, it catches up to you. Mm-hmm. Catches up to you. Again, that's where I say, videos, unless they're live like this, we batch shoot videos. I'll take a week or so, and I'll do not much shoot tutorials for YouTube because I find it's easiest for workflow that way. That way I can get them all edited down and rendered and then uploaded and all that good stuff. And I can make some more videos then as I go along. And, and then it helps when things like that happens where, Roy would otherwise been dropping off the face of the earth on you all, and you've been like, man, what happened to Roy? I ain't seen nothing from him for like 2 months. And it's like, oh, well, Roy was hospitalized, or something like that. Mm-hmm. Oh. Maybe our community would like that, like, not me being hospitalized, but like an update like that. Like, hey, guys!
Your favorite stock dimensions.
Yep. My favorite stock dimensions, they kind of run on the lighter side. I don't like really forging anything over 5/8 square bar. So I would say anything 5/8 square and under. When it comes up to much larger material, I like larger material over 1 inch or so for like animal heads or things like that because there's a lot of mass. They hold their heat for a really long time. I would say probably my unfavorite size of material is probably 1/4 inch and less. I know I use it a lot, but for the amount of energy expended on it to heat it up, it doesn't keep that energy very long, and so therefore, you're constantly whipping back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth on really small stuff. So I don't like that as much. So So anywhere from 3/8 to 5/8 material, I like that. Or 9.5 mil all the way up to 16 mil. Boom. Somewhere in there. That range. 10 mil to 16 mil. Let's go with that.
David L. Hader Jr. says, yeah, we would. Your family to us. Please keep us updated.
Will do.
With the Forge says, while I like knowing what's cool in your life, I'd prefer not to know real time. If you are sick, I would worry.
Okay, good.
Thomas Ursus says there's a mixture of apple cider vinegar, honey, and lemon that works great for the cold. It worked for me.
I'll check that out.
Alan Hopkins, it's good to see you laugh in an age where so many people get offended over nothing. It's a testament to your faith and how you treat people daily.
Well, I'm glad. It takes a lot of cursing and kicking behind the scenes in order for me to laugh on camera.
Build up the tough skin.
Oh man, there are days that you wouldn't think I was such a great Christian because there's some days where it seems like all the trolls, they let them out of the zoo at once, and they all find me somehow, Lord and behold. So what's that? Russell Sparks, I'm glad you enjoy our YouTube videos, so greatly appreciate that. I've missed what Brody had said, so.
Oh, yeah. Let me get back to that.
He had mentioned something, I don't know what he said.
It says, hi guys, welcome back to the hospital bed. Today we are going to be talking about the pros and cons of a full body cast.
I could do a YouTube video on that. Oh, do a video on guess where I itch now. Oh, man.
Alan Hopkins says, we all falter, but you continue to fight.
Yeah, that's the important part. Life's too short to be all in an uproar all the time over everything. Yes, brother. I have my fair moments. For people who don't know me very well, I am an all or nothing kind of guy. I am a on or off. So I'm either all about it or I'm not. Like, that's it. And I'm either happy or I'm not in between. I'm not an in between person. So I'm hot or I'm cold. And Jessica can attest to that, huh? It's a pain sometimes. I'm a pain to deal with. And I know that. So I'm conscious of that at least. I'm hoping she'll stay with me for the next at least 20 minutes while we're on air. Oh. I think she'll stay with me for a while, huh? You put up with me for over a decade, so.
I said I would for a lifetime. That's my plan.
Yeah. I might get a couple frying pans up the side of my face, but I'll be here. Anyway, so that's the type of guy I am. I'm either all on or I'm all off. And so there's some days where I'll get like that one rude comment maybe, and then it'll be something else that'll happen. Maybe a customer had a complaint. And then maybe I'll have something go wrong in the shop, a piece of equipment break. And then it'll be that one guy that I offload on, It'll be that one guy, he pushed me over the edge. He just pushed me too far. And maybe he made a snide remark, that he thought was cute on his end. But on my end, he just unlocked the bear. He just poked the bear. He went, click, he clicked my switch. And I go to town. And then I'm like, oh, Lord, what have I done? What have I done? I eat crow. Got feet hanging out of my mouth, So I've gotten better about not doing that so much and just like straight up like murdering somebody in the comment section over something as simple as like, gee whiz, dude, I was just making a comment, It's like, you could do better at your lighting, or the audio kind of sucked on this video. And later on, I'll watch the video, I'm like, yeah, the audio really did suck on that video, and I feel horrible about it. So I've been doing better, haven't I? Mm-hmm. I just not, returning ignorance for ignorance, and I hope that's making me look like a better person. Not such like the rear end of a mule.
Dan Roslow must have been a peculiar machinist, lol.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a peculiar machinist. Chirpy.
hospital jokes with the Forge. Today we'll be showing how to use scratch steel stock to scratch those hard to reach spots.
I'd be one of those channels then. I don't want to be one of those. So
Forging IV bag holders.
yeah. You know, that's another thing. That's a little bit of a pet peeve of mine. You know, I don't know. I'm going into stuff too much, maybe too much ranting, but that's another pet peeve of mine. I find that there's certain things that maybe you just shouldn't share with the web. It's okay to kind of sometimes it's venting is okay, but then you need to analyze that venting after you're done and make sure that that is going to be something worthy of your character. Because sometimes we just need somebody to talk to, or we don't feel like we have anybody to talk to, and our way of venting is just yell at a camera, or just yell at the sky, or kick a chicken. Don't kick a chicken. Don't harm animals. Okay? Bad idea. Don't do that. PETA be all over you, okay? Like we're just like kicking stuff, throwing tools. Everybody has a limit. Everybody has a point where, you know, you're like, okay, that's enough, right? And you just throw a fit about something. A little hissy fit, temper tantrum. I do it. She does it. You all do it. Don't lie. I know you said, I don't do that. You just lied to yourself. Congratulations. Everybody has a limit. Everybody has a limit that they'll reach at some point. But the danger of YouTube, a lot of times what you'll see is people put out everything on YouTube, and then they'll realize that was a mistake, right? YouTube will make you famous. You know, it'll make you famous, and usually it's because something stupid happened. And so I don't really get into videos where people are like, oh, I quit. Or I'm quitting YouTube. And they're not really. You know, they're not really. They're just, they're clickbaiting you to watch the video. They get several million views, and they do that. And so a lot of times whenever I'm down or I'm sick or I put a shoulder out or something like that, I've had that happen when I was out with my back and I was laying around for 3 weeks. I didn't put that on YouTube as well. You know, I just took time to watch other people's live streams and went around and said hey to people and trying to spread cheer and not bring people down, you know, with my problems type deal. But even though those problems are real to me, they're not necessarily something that I feel I should share with everybody and bring you guys down. You know, or it'd be like one of those things like, oh my gosh, look how big this, you know, welt on my left leg is. Will I ever survive? Click now to find out how. Like, you know, I don't do stuff like that. So I've thought about it. It would have been hilarious. Like, do a thumbnail with a big old blister, big old oozing blister of a hive, and like just like put it right up the camera, and then be like, can you guess what this is from? You know, and like Roy went to the hospital and did like, you know, do that big stupid face people do for thumbnails. You seen that? I know you have. If you've been on YouTube any amount of time, you've seen big stupid faces on camera. Oh, yeah, I don't do those sort of things. I don't do that type of clickbait, sensationalized stuff. Occasionally I'll make the mistake and do a video on hammer form or technique or weight or anvils with sharp edges. or hardening and tempering, or what's the other one that's a good one? Oh yes, super quenching. You guys want to get some bad comments? Just do something on super quenching, hardening and tempering, hammer control, hammer form, anvil size, anvil weight, redressing anvils. Yeah, I've covered all those. Yeah, just go for them. Just go for them. You'll get tons.
I'm sure somebody here will.
Tons of constructive criticism. Mm-hmm. Plenty of people are still on the medical jokes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're in the Dayton area, Russell Sparks. Good night, Ting Ting. Good to have you in the thing. Thanks for being here, County Line Forge. Sorry. Missed ya. Chicken kicking. Yeah, don't go chicken kicking. It's a bad thing. They don't like that. They squawk a lot and they peck you back. It's not a fun time. Mm-hmm. I've never done that. Hashtag I love chicken. I'm feeling better and better the more I talk. You know that?
Alright, you probably got a raspy voice.
I'm probably not going to be able to talk for a week.
Yeah. Silent Roy, that'll be something.
What's the matter?
And to tease you a little.
Yeah, you do. Did you read off more comments? They're beautiful.
All right. It's by the way, it's almost 10.
Oh, it's almost 10 o'clock. Wow. But, we haven't been on this for a long time, so.
It's been a while.
So it's great catching up with everybody live. I love catching up with everybody live. Ooh, Roy Rant, yippee. yeah, I've already read all those.
Okay.
You can go down.
Well, there wasn't any new ones yet.
Okay.
Laughter is the best medicine at times, says Ellen.
You should see what happens when you kick a chicken in Zelda games. That's funny.
Huxley says, do you know of any good videos on forging tongs from Nippers?
From Nippers. Huxley Harder. Tim over at Big Dog Forge has a great video on making tongs from horseshoe nippers. I would suggest those out of everything. He came out with a pretty cool way of, making tongs. So I would suggest his videos. And that's Tim at Big Dog Forge. Yep, go check him out. Go to his channel, type in Tim or type in Big Dog Forge, and then search on his channel for horse nipper tongs. Yep. I made some. I don't think I made them for a video. I've made a lot of different entry-level tongs and tong alternatives on this channel, but none out of horse nippers. Thomas Urso says Chandler Dickinson does as well. Okay, cool. Yeah, go check out Chandler Dickinson as well. And that, you just type in his name, Chandler Dickinson. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's get to his channel.
Gonna get his score, So we'll reiterate one more time. Jessica's giving me that eye that we need to get off here, and we probably do. It's way past our bedtime here, and I'm feeling pretty low right now. I've been pushing all day to try to get work done. So, how we want to wrap this up, Sugar Bear?
Sure. We could cover the announcement one more time. That way, if anybody new has dropped in.
Yeah.
They will be aware
so,
of it.
So we'll go ahead and cover this announcement one last time. So the Great Christmas Giveaway, it's going to be like a holiday party right here live on this channel on YouTube. It will be on Wednesday, December 12th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's in the U.S. here in Ohio time, if you will. We'll be giving away, we'll be doing a drawing for anybody who has downloaded either the free plans over there, free templates or whatever we have over our website at blacksmithpdfs.com, or anybody who has bought plans in the last, month or so.
Since November 12th.
Since November 12th till December 12th. You got till December 12th. At noon. So that's Wednesday at noon, right? To take and get entered for this by just simply downloading some plans. Whether they be free or paid, there's no purchase necessary. You do have to, however, download plans. That way we have your contact information and all that stuff. When we draw your name, we have your contact and all your shipping info, and so we just ship them to you. Yep. That cleans up us having to hunt people down, and then, and 6 months later, they still haven't picked up their stuff. No, we just ship it to you. So if you're not there and you won, you're still going to get them. So you're not holding us up, we're not holding you up, things like that. So that's a good thing there. So you have to download at least a free plan over at our website, blacksmithpdfs.com. There's a link for that in the description down below. All you got to do is click the little down arrow there, and you can jump off here after the stream's over and go check that out. In addition to that, whoever is at that stream, we had some people who kind of complained that they were in other countries and they couldn't get entered because we were only doing this for U.S. residents only in the continuous 48 states. We had people kind of complain that they couldn't get entered even though they would love to. There will be additional prizes that are not part of the giveaway but are just there if you are a part of the stream. So we'll be picking people at random during the live stream, and we'll be giving away things like our stickers here that we had from a very
subscriber,
a very awesome subscriber. Sorry, trying to find my words there. It's getting late. And he made up these really great vinyl decal stickers. These things are solid, so if you get one of these and you slap them to the trunk of your car, you better make sure it's straight. because it's there and it don't come back off. I've tried to peel one off already. I got a little crooked. It's there. It's permanent. So we've got different types like that we'll be giving away. We'll be giving away quite a few of those, a whole bunch of them. He sent a whole bunch, which was awesome. So thankful for that. We will also be giving away other type of prizes and door prizes, just you guys being there. So things like this candy cane ornament and this Christmas tree ornament that I forged recently and this coal shovel that you all have seen me forge recently, by the way, of which I have templates, downloadable template for this shovel here. I have all sorts of other goodies in here, from door handles to, I got all sorts of stuff in my bag of goodies. Keychains with a Christ Center Ironworks original touch mark that I used to use all the time, to the poinsettia napkin ring holder. There'll be all sorts of good stuff, a whole bunch more that we'll be giving away during that time. Christmas cards with our family that we did. We wish we could have done Christmas cards for everybody, but that gets expensive at $1 a card. So they're nearly $1 a card these days. Gone are the days of cheap Christmas cards that you could have made. So, but yeah, so all that's going to be available. We're going to just be drawing items out of a big Santa sack at random, and we're going to be drawing names at random out of the pool of people who have gotten in on this giveaway and anybody who's in the live stream. So even if you're across the pond, or if you're in Canada or Mexico or Guam or I don't care where you're at, Istanbul, you all will be allowed. You all will be allowed.
Yep.
So lower 48, I don't know. Somebody's saying something about 48. Anyways, it's open to U.S. residents. The connected, whatever, I think in 48 states. Brain's not there. Have some grace. I don't know. Anybody can figure that out. But anyways, if you don't win these, if you don't happen to get your name in the drawing for these, there's plenty of chances to win some other really cool stuff. We would just love to take and bless people out there and bless you this holiday season. And we really hope that you guys will be blessed by that. And then continue this generosity out there in your community and around you. And, you know, maybe consider even before the 12th, maybe make up some gifts of your own, just some simple gifts, and, you know, pass them around, share the love, you know, send them to other Smiths maybe, you know, or people around the community that you might know. You know, this is the season for giving and just, you know, remembering, you know, what it's for. And it's really about family and love and passing and you know, having feasts and things like that. So maybe that's something you can do. I hope this inspires some of you all to do some similar type stuff this year. We're 7 days and counting to the big giveaway, so make sure you're there. Hopefully you guys like that. So, all right. And howdy, Amy. You're in a little late. Amy Groff, good to have you here. Oh. But, yeah, so be sure to enter. All you have to do is go again to blacksmithpdfs.com. The link is in the description. You can check that out after this video is over. And download either a free plan to get your name entered in the drawing, or you can buy a plan, either or. If you buy a plan that directly supports us and what we do here on Christ Center Ironworks, and we thank you in advance for that. And God bless you. Thank you so much. If you just want to do a free plan, that's great too. If you've already got plans and you're already entered, one thing that you could really do for us is just help share stuff like this around. Not my cold, obviously, but like, you know, just share our videos. Share our videos around. Maybe the video on the Christmas giveaway video that we did a while back. Just take that and share that around with some people you know. That greatly helps us too as well. You know, it helps us get found in search, and in which case might lead to some sales for our business, you know, during this time, which is a great thing.
Yep.
You know, it helps support our family. So we greatly appreciate all the ways that you guys can help and do that. And we look forward to giving away a ton of free swag.
Yeah.
That's it. I would ask you to do more stuff, but I think you got enough things on your brain. I was going to say, I'll just mention it. If you'd like to, let us know what you think of this video by hitting that thumbs up and tell us down in the description, the comment section down below after the video is over. Let us know if you'd like us to do more giveaways and what type of videos you like to see. So, lots of smithing swag coming up, though.
Yep.
Looking forward to it. All right, we're going to call it there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Kind of just coming up on 2 hours here.
It's coming up on 2 hours. Thank you all so much for being with us tonight. Yeah. We hope that you guys have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and all those other good holidays out there that I probably don't know about. Thank you all so much for joining us this evening. Hope you have a wonderful evening and a wonderful week, and we will catch up with you all soon here.
Yeah, that's right.
And,
see you next week.
Yeah, we'll see you next Wednesday, December 12th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll talk to you all then. Bye now, everybody. God bless you.
Good night.
Good night.